Today, I'm going to create the greatest and most powerful Welsh Empire to ever exist. Nothing but fields, words with L, sheep, overpowered longbowmen, and sheep, stretching as far as the eye can see from
And by the push gwingis go get a quindrobos, and to Cilio go.
all the way down to Italy. And then, I'm gonna burn it all to the ground. In the hopes of ruining 6 other YouTubers' videos. And causing major YouTuber drama. Welcome to the final CK3 YouTuber Succession series. Alright, so we start the save with this little character. Look at him, King Nethon. And right off rip, Snap has left us with this pop-up to rule the world, basically allowing us to become a conqueror and gain the conqueror trait. And the conqueror trait is so overpowered. You gain +5 tax per month, your men-at-arms maintenance is way cheaper, title creation cost is cheaper, you gain more legitimacy. Oh my days, this is really overpowered. So we are going to be super strong in a moment. So if you're not familiar how the Succession game works, basically I've organized 5 or 6 CK YouTubers to each play about 100 years of this game with an end goal in mind. Go from a landless nobody noble to ruling a united and powerful Roman Empire. Now, each of us are supposed to make some progress towards that, and Snap has done just that. He's gone from a landless nobody to controlling most of Britannia and a huge chunk of mainland Europe here in less than 100 years. And it would be great if I could take what he started and expand it and potentially control the Holy Roman Empire and West Francia maybe. But you know what? That's what I did last time. Last time I was the 5th guy in a 6-man succession run. And what everybody else had the bright idea of doing is completely sandbagging the game. So this time, luckily I drew 2nd place, so I'm going to be completely sandbagging this entire run. But I also have some of my own greedy plans. King Nethon, which Snap left us, who coincidentally looks exactly like I pictured Snap before meeting him, is a good Welsh lad. And let me tell you right now, nothing would make my ancestors happier than seeing a fully Welsh Europe. So my plan for today is to not only become incredibly powerful and create the Holy Welsh Empire, but then simultaneously create the worst possible character in the worst possible scenario to completely sabotage this run and see if they can pull it back from the brink of disaster. So to do that, I have a bit of a plan. And this character is just so good. Look, he's wrathful, just, gregarious, a skilled tactician, loyal. He started us off with about 700 gold and 900 renown. He's got a beautiful wife and some great heirs here. The only problem is he lacks a ton of prestige. Right now, I need to work on getting my prestige up and making sure that no one revolts against me because a lot of people kind of hate me. I'm above my domain limit and I'm not the rightful liege of most of these people. But before we do that, welcome. It's your pal Ottawa here, and I'm about to tell you about today's sponsor. But no skipping. If you want to support the channel and see more videos from me, you gotta hear me out about the sponsor. Warhammer Tacticus. I've been playing and loving this game lately. As a big Warhammer 40k and strategy game fan in general, it's awesome. They literally have over 80 legendary champions, which you can get into tons of challenging PvE campaigns, and if you're feeling a little spicy, some high stakes PvP battles. I've just been hooked on the tactical depth. It's such an easy game to get into and start playing, but to master all the strategy takes some serious skill, like the complex system of passive abilities and the active abilities that can just turn a battle on its head, if used correctly, has me absolutely dialed in. And all of it is totally free. It's on your app store, it's 4.5 rated. You literally cannot go wrong downloading this game, especially if you want to support the channel. The link is in the description, and if you use the code right here, Hello Feb, you'll get 2,000 starting gold, 50 Blackstone, and 1 requisition order. Now, if you are ready to join the fight, scan the QR code and jump into Warhammer 40k Tacticus today. The link is below. Thank you for Warhammer Tacticus for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back out there. So let's get rid of our 1 holding so we're within our proper domain limit, and we can also create the Kingdom of England for a simple 125 gold, a 75% discount. Oh, Beautiful. I can also, if I really wanted to, usurp the kingdom of Wales. So I think I will do that. Usurping still costs a full amount, but it's totally fine. And I'm going to make the kingdom of Wales my new primary title. Oh my God, that's so much more beautiful. I'm also going to start promoting our culture down here to make sure we start on the Welshization. And we've also been set up with some lovely heirs down here. As you can see, they're all quite young and in good health, ready to be molded by us. But do you think we're gonna be going with these as our heirs? Prince Falafel. No, I don't think so. So the first step to getting a good heir to give the next person in line for the succession game is to naturally become divorced. And because the Pope doesn't think that's a good idea,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Well, we'll settle this the only way I know how. So while we wait for that to happen, now just to appease some of my vassals as I am a conqueror, I'll just declare war over here in Ireland and slowly start taking care of these little guys. That should allow me to maintain my conqueror trait, so let's do that. Snaps also put me down the domain focus for the lifestyle, so I'm going to grab the perk It Is My Domain to be able to extort our subjects, and this should allow me to win this war successfully. So we can enforce the demands down here, and we now have a little piece of Ireland we can make Welsh. I also want to go down my vassals list here and try and find any Welsh vassals. Like this guy down here in Toulouse, good Welshman. We'll get him to promote the culture down there. Or this guy over here, same thing. We'll make sure he's promoting Welshness over there as well. Oh, beautiful. We're now divorced. But it allows us to find a new wife, an even better wife. Oh yeah, she will be perfect.
Hello there.
Excellent, she's now my new bride. Oh, we've had a daughter! Gwencelyn. She's gonna be known as Cardiff's finest. Okay, I'm first gonna go over here and hire a royal architect to reduce my building construction costs. And I'm going to change out all the buildings here for ones that give better archer damage. We don't really care in the long term about improving anything. We just care about immediate boost to our army strength. Whoa, who is this? War declared on me. And this woman. Yikes, okay. Well, I will just spend my 1,000 gold very quickly and create some Welsh longbowmen. And I'm just gonna max these guys out and station them down here in the places I've been kind of grooming to build good longbowmen. Okay, so these Anglo-Saxons have a claimant demand. I will not be threatened. This is gonna be interesting. I was left with a bit of a mess here. Okay, I've just called all my allies to war. Oh, we've had a son finally, and oh my God, look at him. Oh my days, he's beautiful. I got a perfect name for him. Looker. Okay, perfect. We've warded off the guys in Lancashire here. We can enforce these demands. Now we just have to clean up this vassal uprising up here. Well, there we go. We got a valuable prisoner, this little lad, and we can now enforce the demands down here. Perfect. So from winning that battle, I've secured a couple of valuable prisoners. All of these guys that rebelled are Anglo-Saxon. So what I'll do is just revoke their titles, and I'll grant the titles to local Welsh nobles, and I'll make sure these guys all have directives to promote Welshness in the lands down here. So now that we've stabilized this massive empire of Wales, and we've installed Welsh rulers all over and given them the directive to promote Welsh culture, that is the first step in our plan to create the Holy Welsh Empire. The next step is going to be taking over the Holy Roman Empire and changing it. And the step after that, world domination for all things Ottawa Welshman. But I can only do it with your help. I need you to like and subscribe on this video. So the first thing I'll do is swear fealty to the HRE as is, and you'll see we'll expand to that size. So now the HRE is quite massive. Now, Snap has so thoughtfully picked up meritocracy. That'll allow us to claim the throne of our liege. So if I come over here and run a scheme to claim the throne, now we do have really poor odds, but I'll have it focused on actual success and we'll see how it goes. And I'm gonna spend a lot of time and a lot of resources recruiting people to help me here, which is fine, because it's all gonna be totally worth it to make the Holy Welsh Empire. Okay, so we have much better chances now that I've painstakingly gone through and spent a lot of money on people to help us.
Many months later.
Okay, well, he's discovered my scheme already. That's not good. And all that time I spent getting a good diplomat in was completely worthless because he's now gone. Good. The Emperor is granting me increasingly important tasks in service of their realm. If I take this, it'll increase my stress level, but it'll also increase my base chance by 20%. I will definitely take this, dude. Now, what becoming a vassal of the Holy Roman Empire means for me is that I will eventually lose the Conqueror trait. So I'm gonna lose all that sweet gold per month. I'm gonna lose that men-at-arms maintenance. I'm gonna lose the title creation and legitimacy. But again, this is totally fine because it's all part of a bigger play. So I'm gonna max out my longbowmen while I can. Actually, let's get rid of these guys. They're only 46 gold a unit and they do 21 damage. So I lose the Conqueror's trait, which is not amazing, but it's fine. It's totally fine because while we're trying to make, we're also trying to simultaneously sandbag this entire game.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Editor Ottawa here. Apparently I did such a good job at sandbagging this game and my conduct outside of it. I'm pretty much excommunicated from the CK3 YouTuber community, but I'll talk about that more a little bit later in the video. Oh no. One of our agents was discovered, but we still have a 70% chance. Let me just make sure I try to employ somebody else here. Hefty bribe, prestigious good word. Now I'm gonna switch over to the martial lifestyle because I'm going to start to need to pick up some of the perks in the strategist tree, because when we go to claim the Holy Roman Empire, I have a feeling we'll be in for quite the fight. So I do have a Liberty faction starting up against me. I would prefer this not to happen. The leader of it, this guy, is contributing most of the troops to it. Now, in order to get him on my side and get him out of this Liberty faction, what I'm going to do is arrange a marriage with him. As it turns out, if I were to get rid of Die Looker here and arrange a marriage with this daughter, his little hunchback daughter, kids are gonna be perfect.
He's so ugly. I love him.
I think that's a perfect solution to this.
You've got mail.
And their discontent is slowly going down. So that's good. Okay, so we have an 86% chance of this working out. So I'm going to execute the scheme, and soon I will be the ruler
of the Holy Roman Empire.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Scheme successful. Finally, no one can doubt the fact that I have a reasonable claim on the Holy Roman Empire. Beautiful. So we've got our claim and we're almost ready to declare war on them. And now I can station my men in their rightful holdings here. Their damage is 34. So we now have 6,500 dudes because I've been beefing up my army, and he's got...
What?
Okay, can I ask what the happened? How does he have 13,000? Like out of nowhere he got him? Oh, it's Holy Order. But he can't call upon a Holy Order to help him out. So it's not 13,000. It's like 13,000 minus 6,000.
Later that day.
War declared on our liege is being attacked by Logwig of East Francia. Let's go, Logwig. Okay, it might be our time to pounce here pretty soon, because luckily his capital is right next to our land, so this could work out. My liege is busy up here battling, so if I just declare war, like insta declare war, and press my claims, no one's joined. So let's just press these demands. If I raise all my lads up, put them all together, and send them in. Uh-oh. The boys are coming down. I can call on my ally. My ally's coming. Whoa, they backed off. They backed off. They're running scared. Just resupply our boys. And with holding the capital, that's kind of big, actually. Okay, these guys have a liberty demand. I think I will allow them to have it just because it's more important to take the Holy Roman Empire than to be in 6 wars at once and lose a bunch of power. Okay, these guys are right here. Let me catch them. Let me catch them. Let me catch them. Bro, they're so fast. We caught some of these boys in the mountains.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Okay, so we don't hold much land, but we are doing really well here. We are up 46%, and he's more concerned with us than he is about defending the realm up here from the Scots. Oh, since when do you think that's a good idea, dude? I think I will just murder you. I think that's probably the play. A curse undone. In a twisted turn of fate, it's not always to my advantage. The Emperor has died. This curse has been lifted. What did he die from? Old age. Beautiful. So his son is in charge now, and let me tell you, he is in dire straits. He's really having a rough go of things. His capital is under siege. Okay, we'll have another battle down here. Oh, and we'll clap him up easy as you like. We now have the max amount for battles won, so we might as well just focus on taking some more holdings. And with that, we are at 100% complete, and we will now rule all of the Holy Roman Empire. Victory. The new emperor. It's now up to me to lead the vast empire. Long live the emperor. So we now control the Holy Roman Empire. There is a small war up here, so I'm going to surrender that one. Okay, so I've done a little bit of management so that my vassals didn't rise up. I've given my one son here Burgundy and my other son here Germany. So essentially now we are 60, we have ailing health, and we are just waiting to die. And I'll disinherit this kid. Now on succession, Looker is going to be taking over the HRE, which is perfect. Okay, so we've died, and we'll be playing as our son, Looker. Oh, and we've had a son, Elon. Look at this perfect little hunchback boy. May you grow strong and wise, my son. Greetings, Emperor. It's my duty to inform you that there is irrefutable evidence that your marriage with Empress Deuce is consanguineous.
What?
I don't even know how to say that word. This information will stay between us two if you end this unholy union at once. So I can actually divorce her free of charge, which I think I will do because I'm sure I can now find an even worse wife. Oh my days. Look at this one. Oh, look at this Bulgarian woman. We're gonna make some good kids. Chance of children high. You love to see it. Oh my days. Look at her. She looks like a fish, dude. And look at this. We've had a son. Oh my God. Look at him. Oh, he's gonna need a good name. Bucktooth Morgan. Oh. So right now, the Holy Roman Empire, the way the title inheritance works, it doesn't necessarily go to my firstborn son. It goes based on a vote through princely elective law, which is kind of confusing and a little bit annoying to deal with. So what I'm going to do is just remove the title succession law. But to do that, I need a ton of prestige, 10,500 to be specific. So I'm just going to kind of spend my gold on creating titles, which will generate prestige, and then remove this so that I can assure my great son Bucktooth is going to rule the HRE. To take off the line of succession here, I need 2,000 more prestige. I have 400 gold. I can either create some titles, but that's not super efficient, or so if we have a legendary feast. Okay, so we've gained a little bit of prestige from that, not much. Okay, I'm gonna extort my subjects for 280 gold. I'll turn around and use that gold. I only need a little bit more prestige, so I'm gonna pick up a couple of duchies here. Okay, so I have enough prestige now. I can take the law off the HRE and determine who's going to be in charge of it next. Perfect. So my new heir is my son, and these vassals should be fine with it. Okay, so I seem to have calmed things down. I divided up my territory and gave it out to some Welsh folks, and there's a little bit of border gore.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
But no one is really rebelling at the moment. Right now, my economy is in terrible shape. It's being held together by tape and bubble gum, essentially. We're spending a ton of money on court amenities just to get our court grandeur up.
King in the castle, king in the castle.
And we don't make enough money from our buildings. I'm just gonna try and get my economy back on track just by upgrading some buildings and changing out buildings I was once using for my military to overthrow the HRE to now maybe gold producing buildings. Like here in London, for example, I can upgrade my manor houses and things like that once I am able to save up enough. The way I'm making gold right now is essentially by extorting my subjects whenever that comes up and ransoming off any prisoners that might be unlucky enough to be in my jail. As ruler of the HRE, vassals will sometimes also give me gifts and just come pay homage to me. And that's another way I'm just kind of barely holding my economy together. Okay, so I think it's about time we expand the HRE just a little bit more. My gold is still in terrible shape, but I really want a taste of France. Now, it turns out my vassal, who holds Luxembourg, has a claim on all of France. I don't know how he got it, but we're going to use it to declare war on the king here and take all of France as our vassal. If you look, they only have 3,000 soldiers. We're sitting at about 10,000, so it should be a pretty easy clap. I'm gonna grab my guys down here, raise them up, and just kind of fire them in when they're ready. And there we go. We're starting our invasion of France, and our invasion's coming along very nicely. We're going to just smack up his troops over here. They're all alone. Oh, baby. And now we can just keep taking territory. Okay, and after taking some more territory, we've hit 100% war score. We can enforce the demands, and France is now ours. Beautiful. Unfortunately, though, while we were attacking France, Alba decided they were going to declare war on us for Munster down here. I just don't have the manpower or energy to defend against him right now, so I will cede this in exchange for France and way less border gore.
It's just good business.
But I think now is the perfect time to go ahead and rename the Holy Roman Empire
This is where the fun begins.
to the wonderful Holy Welsh Empire. Beautiful. Okay, so I've been slowly rebuilding my economy. We're in a good place now. We're only at minus 0.29 gold per month. London over here is producing 2.4 gold. I've managed to obtain Gloucester for 2.7.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
One of the last things I'm gonna do is take France over here. So we've won it for King Louis IV. What I'm going to do is actually revoke his title. We have a hook on him because we took the title for him. So I'm actually going to use this hook to revoke his title. So I could take the Kingdom of France by using a hook. Now this will cost me some tyranny, but I think to have a good Welsh vassal controlling France, it'll be well worth it. So I think I'll just revoke this now. Yoink. And using that hook, he has no choice but to give me the Kingdom of France. Oh no, my poor son. He's gained a touch of consumption. This is my current heir, Prince Bucktooth, character I want to leave Alzabo to play as. He's second in line for the throne, so this actually might work out quite well. So I've just finished putting down some northern conquerors. Before that, I had a little bit of a vassal war I had to put down. But again, we're slowly starting to stabilize our realm. Our court amenities are killing us. So I just gotta keep finding ways to upgrade my holdings and make more money. Unfortunately, my initial son has died of consumption, so it's time I prepare young Prince Bucktooth for the throne. And Bucktooth here, well, we gotta get him a good wife, somebody with some negative traits. I'm thinking albino. Something like this French woman. Perfect. Chance of children medium between me and her. Hell yeah. Our children are likely to have both the ugly and the albino trait. Chalk that up under things you love to see. Okay, so I'm just seeing how I can kind of better manage my vassals and everybody under here. This holding I think I could just revoke the title of this child. Again, it's going to cost me some tyranny, but I have a 90% chance I can take this because she's terrified of me and I have a crazy military, even though that military is completely crippling my economy. So let me revoke that from her. And now I can give out my lands up here to my son who will be loyal to me. Let's grant him the principality and the kingdom of Lotharingia. I could also grant him some vassals down here, so he actually has more of the proper kingdom, and he'll be pretty much fully loyal to me at this point. I won't have to worry about him starting or joining one of these factions, because right now, some of my vassals, they're not big fans of me, you know? So here we have this woman in our prison. Basically, we got her from a pop-up because she is an adulterer and a fornicator, which are kind of no-nos for a good Catholic. But what I can do is now that she's in my prison and she holds this duchy down here, the Duchy of Burgundy, I can actually revoke that title from her and now grant out all these to another one of my sons who will totally be loyal to me. Okay, so I've given all of France actually to my son here. He's a good Anglo-Welshman now. So I have been bleeding cash. Again, my economy is in pure shambles. I have not been investing in my future. I've simply been trying just to hold things together to get through to this video and hand Alzabo the worst save possible. Now, one way I can get the economy slightly back on track is by coming over here and looking at the economy filter and seeing which holdings are going to make me the most money. Now, right now, Kent is making a lot of money, but we already own Kent, and Roma is making a lot of money at 6.6 gold. So it'll put a small dent in our negative 26 gold per month. And this comes with a ton of extra bonuses. Like if I get the Grand Cathedral, my holding taxes will be up 20%. Holding the Colosseum here will reduce my army gold maintenance, and God knows that's expensive as well. Just grabbing Rome is going to be pretty important. So I think I'm going to kind of wait, try and get my economy a little bit better, and then when I'm ready to pounce, just take over the papacy here. Okay, so I have actually secured a claim on Rome now. I should also mention that I haven't been using my Stewart to increase my domain taxes.
Wait a minute.
What the dog doing?
I've been using them mostly to promote the culture. If we take a look, Europe is in a complete cultural mismatch. The Welsh culture has taken over a good chunk of Aquitaine. As you can see down here that there are portions of my land that are Welsh over here in Germany, for example, and that's because I've got my niece running it. She's Welsh, and I've given her the directive to promote our culture all throughout Europe. As you can see, the Anglo-Welsh culture up here has also taken over the Anglo-Saxon culture in the majority of England. So that's pretty good.
Several months later.
Okay, so I've gotten back up to positive gold just from simply extorting my vassals, ransoming prisoners from various wars when people attack me. It's from all kinds of cheeky methods of getting gold, and I'm going to now declare war down here on the Vatican to hopefully hold some of these titles by the end of it. We've got 9,000 soldiers. He's got 3,000, but the problem is he does have a ton of gold, which he will likely use to buy mercenaries. As a result, I might go and secure a few alliances to help me out, just to make sure we kind of clap up the papacy rather quickly. But I think for now, it's time we declare war for our claims. All right, and we are slowly and surely taking the capital. The Pope has resorted to sieging one of my minor holdings down here, Capua. Unfortunately, that's probably not gonna go well for him. Oh, I've gained the trait infirm. That's not good. Well, I'll be dead pretty soon, so I should wrap things up and get them sorted. Oh, what the heck? The Pope just bought a ton of mercenaries. Let's take a look. Oh my, he just bought 10,000 mercenaries. Luckily, I've got some allies coming in over here in Mercia. So we're currently sitting at 12,000 total. Hopefully we'll be able to fend him off. Okay, we're still sieging. They're running around in the mountains. Oh, and our son isn't a child. Look at this. Good little hunchback. And his daughter, oh, she's perfectly ugly. Yes, you love to see it. Okay, we're gonna be taking the capital for 100% war score. Let's do it. All right. And Rome is now ours. Now, the problem with Rome is that it's currently making us no money because the control is 0. But I'll simply come over here, take my marshal, and make sure they're increasing the control over here in Rome. I might as well also try and convert Rome to the Welsh culture. Why not? Okay, so to try to climb my way out of this massive amount of debt I took on when attacking Rome, I'm going to sell trivial titles. Now, this is a decision you get by picking up at any costs in the avaricious tree. So obviously you have It Is My Domain, where you can extort subjects for a ton of money, but at any cost is also really good, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Okay, so the Pope is called the Crusade for Moldavia here. I suppose I could kind of help. I've recovered my economy enough to where I could. Rome is currently making me 5.1 gold per month. My vassals are paying me a good amount of tax. Now I have 7 total holdings, including Gloucester, paying me 6.2 per month. Yeah, our economy is somewhat back on track. Kind of. We're still negative, but not by much. I guess I could try and help out with this and see if I can install another Welshman somewhere over here as a result of winning the crusade. Okay, slight problem. The Byzantine Emperor has decided to declare war for my portion of Serbia down here. I guess I'll raise all my troops over here and just kind of wait for him to show up. Okay, I'm gonna just run up and grab these guys. Oh, and we captured the Byzantine Emperor. Look at this.
Looks like it's time to give up.
So we've got 100% war score. We can enforce the demands now. So be it. We've pushed the Byzantine Emperor back. Now, by enforcing the demands here, we're going to gain 3,786 gold. The reason for that is he's declared war on us, put us at an inconvenience, and now he's basically going to be paying us war reparations. So we've now pushed the Byzantine Empire back and have won the war. And that lands us with 4,000 gold. So I've accomplished pretty much everything I wanted to accomplish in this life. My character, he's a little bit sick right now. now. He's a little bit ill. And we are on death's doorstep. So I have to think about succession and planning to hand this off to Alzabo. But if we look at our succession now, we will actually lose the Empire of Italia right here. It hasn't been created yet, but because we hold so much de jure territory, I think it will automatically be created and handed out to my second son here. So I want to play as Prince Bucktooth, but I want him to have all the titles. Right now, Prince Bucktooth is going to win the Holy Welsh Empire. I've used some prestige to take off the special succession rule, and now it'll just go through my line of male heirs. But to get Italia for us, I'm going to create the title and then immediately add a succession law to it, make it feudal elective, come over here and just make sure for this Empire title, I am voting for Prince Bucktooth, my son and player heir. Because I have 4 votes for this, he's currently in first place and we are in good shape. So our empire should not break up. So yeah, now I just have to kind of wait for death. Okay, we've died finally, and we'll be playing as Emperor Bucktooth now. I have educated him to be perfect for Alzabo. He's wonderful.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
He's a skilled tactician. He's a drunkard. He's ugly. He's got a perfect wife and 3 beautiful kids, including this one here, an ugly albino child. We will continue as Emperor Bucktooth. So the only thing I'm going to do before handing off this save is disinherit this first child. Make sure that my son here, my lovely, ugly albino son, is going to be first in line to inherit all my titles. I will vote for him to rule Italia as well. And the last thing I'll do is just try to revoke France's title. Somehow it's fallen back into Carling hands. I wasn't really paying attention. My derpy son, or now half brother, lost a faction demand war and a Carling was put in his stead. So that's a little bit unfortunate. The Holy Welsh Empire is slowly falling apart, I suppose, but there's still enough Welshmen around that it's fine. But I will go ahead and try to revoke France's title for the Kingdom of France, and you'll see that when I do this, they will rise up in rebellion. Literally everybody will fight me. This is fine. I'm going to rally the troops, and I'm simply just going to surrender. And you'll see on my surrender, I will be deposed and my heir will take over. So let me surrender here. Once a former emperor, these damn traitors have wrestled my empire from me. Well, not really. I've kind of let them have it, but it's fine. Casting me out into the wilderness. I have allowed renegades and liars to take from me the holy Welsh throne. We truly are just playthings of God. So I'm going to click here. One day I will reclaim my land. So this will depose me and establish me as an adventurer, a landless man with basically a tent and 2,000 gold to my name. How will Alzabo and the rest of the gang restore the Roman Empire in the name of a Welsh adventurer? Now, I actually have no idea how and if they'll be able to do it given what I've handed off. I got COVID when I was supposed to record this, so the recording was about 2 weeks late, and as a result, a bunch of people dropped out of the Succession video, and then it just kind of sat idle for some months. And then after I had already recorded and edited the video, people were subbing people in and subbing out and changing the plans. So I just kind of left and told them I'm going to be uploading it on this date. So I have no idea what's happening next. But while you wait for their uploads, you can feel free to check out these videos you see on screen right here, right now. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit subscribe. A big thank you to Warhammer 40k Tacticus for sponsoring this video. By using the link in the description to download the game, not only do you support me and the channel, but you get a bunch of free in-game loot. And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
The Ottawa Welshman.
And if you like that video, I've got some great news for you. I've handpicked the video on screen right now as one I know you're going to love. Why don't you check it out? Give it a watch.
Got 1,000 sons, all named John. They probably don't know that their cousin is the mom.